Hi everybody. We're here for video 1 of our Little Darlings book, and I thought my camera was on, and I filmed the making of the first 2 pages, and then I discovered that my camera was not on. So I'm going to talk you through it anyway. And this is what the cover looks like. And when you open it up, it's Little Darlings, and this is part of the same paper, and you close it, and there's this sweet little baby sleeping there with a little tag. And the way I did the first page, according to the instructions that I got on my phone, was I cut a 4.5 right at the top. You see this section right here, 4¼ inches down all the way across. 4¼ inches of this little section right here. If you want, you can use the mother and child section, but this is the section they chose for the cover, and this is the 4¼ section right here, and right here. And then you cut that 4¼ inch section 5½ inches in length for this cover right here. And then you've got another 4½ inch high section. Cut it in a 3¼ inch length. So 4¼ by 3¼ for this part right here, and it goes on the outside flap. Then you just adhere it down with your adhesive, and so that's all there is to this cover, except you get a little ribbon and you tie some sort of decorative element. This collection has its own decorative elements, so I put For Baby on there. But you can put anything on there, but just a little decorative tag. So I did also, if you can tell, lightly distressed all around the pages after they were glued on. Made it look a little bit more vintage. And around here. Now underneath the flaps I have not yet decorated, because this flap stays open through the whole album, and I'm not sure what paper I want to put on that. But for the time being, this is what you do. 5½ by 4¼ all of these pages are that length, and this big top here is 4¼ by 3¼ and what you do is you lay it, the uncovered piece of paper, on your paper, and then trace around it and cut it, and that way it'll fit right on there. And then punch a hole, if you don't have a hole, right in the middle, so that you can add your decorative element and a ribbon. So that's that one. And I'm sorry I screwed up on the first run through with this. I was not aware. And then your second page is just a little different. I'll take these out. If you're using the Little Darlings collection, they suggest using this paper. I'm going to see if I can find it here. Right here. This paper right here, and it comes with a pink print, blue print, and green print if you're giving it in a sex is unknown. I chose the blue print. And you do cut 4¼ inch strip right here, and then 2 5½ inch strips, and one strip will do it, and then you can cut it, 2 5½. So mine is basically the blue. And I did also, after adhering them to the page, I also did some distressing. And then there's a little strip right here on each page, and that comes from the toile right here. And this is all the way across, just 2 inches high. Oof, the album's falling, or the page is falling apart now. But it's pretty. It's very toile-y, and that's what you cut for this little pocket page. And then I just used this eyelet ribbon punch to cut the top because I didn't want a big deep punch. It would cut too much of the paper off. So just a little, and then I distressed that fairly heavily at the top so that you could see where excuse me, the trims or the pocket started, and then just glued it on 3 sides only. Remember, this is a pocket, so where you punched your border, do not put adhesive. Put it here, in the bottom, and the sides. 3 sides, and I used Scotch Quick Dry adhesive because it dries and is not tacky when it dries. If you use your ATG or one of the other roll-on tapes, it's going to stay tacky, and anything you stick in here is going to get sort of stuck to it, actually. So you don't want that. You want something that's going to dry without being sticky. And this is a little border, and there's a whole page of borders in here, if I can find them. I know there is. I did it. Hopefully. I showed you the borders in the other film. And it's got borders. Oh, here it is. See, it's got borders made out of all the pages. And I used this butterfly border right here. Just cut the border out. And 5.5 inch lengths. And put them straight across there. So that's all I did. And I'm sorry that we didn't get to do it together. Next time I'll make sure that the camera's rolling. And then they have a page of little photo mats. This and this. And you can, they just tell you to cut some photo mats out, and so I did, and I'm sticking them in here, right there. And here's, this looks like a Bessie Pease Gutman's drawing there. There's a little puppy dog on one side, and that one goes in too. So there's those. And then they don't tell you really what to do with this flap, and we'll come up with our own cover. But I also want to put a little tag there. So I'll do that after we cover the album, because I haven't decided what I'm going to cover it with yet. But it'll be something of this paper. And then after it's all covered, I will attach this little thing too. There you go. That's page 1 and 2. And that's what I did in my video that didn't video. Now you've got 3 and 4. They're all cut the same way. 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And whatever size your album is, measure it. And go ahead and cut the matching pieces. There should be 2 of each, so they match. So 1, 2, 3, 4 more sets of a matching mat for your album. And then we'll decorate each page differently. And that's page 1 and 2 and the cover for today. And so you can be working on those and getting your pages cut for what you want to do on the others. Thank you so much, and sorry for the mix-up.